What's up, everybody? Is the Crypto Legend here bringing you guys another YouTube video. If you're someone that watches all my content, I want you to know do not pay too much attention to post notifications today. There's so many tokens I talk about, and I'm just going to release these videos at any point in time of the day, but it's going to be a lot of videos just because of how Bitcoin's news is really playing on the market. We have 40% rise in the trading volume of the whole crypto market, with it being 122 billion. Bitcoin is up to $50 billion of trading volume. And then the market cap of crypto has gone up from 1.7 trillion or 72 trillion to 1.8 trillion. And that's in total wise 6%. This is great. The Bitcoin ETF news means massive adoption of crypto in one of the biggest economies in the world, the United States. And these are not just, for those who are not familiar, these are spot ETFs. They're not future ETFs. The current ETF system that we had in place was futures, basically guessing the price of Bitcoin in the future and having a set contract to that price. Now we're in a day and era where you can trade, or we're having spot ETFs who are able to trade Bitcoin based off of the current value it is at that time and date of the market. All right. So now with that being stated, let's get into Solana, who's seeing a lot of massive growth, not just in their market, but also in their ecosystem. For their trading volume is up massively. But first, I want to go into Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the big player. Like I said, they have $50 billion in trading volume for the last 24 hours, which is up 30%. Bitcoin is at $47,300 at the time of recording this video. And when we look at the trading volume with the pairs on Binance of FDUSD and USDT, they make up $8.7 billion of that trading volume. Now, that's not a lot, but that still gives us some insight into what's happening over on Bitcoin side of things. And we can see that the buys are winning drastically. They are 85% to 15% when it comes to the buy to sell ratio. And when it comes to the buy to sell ratio over on the FDUSD pair, it is 50-50. Now, with the inflow of buys to sells for the last 24 hours, it is negative. This I don't 100% consider a bad thing because the news wasn't released on at 7 or 6 a.m. yesterday, right? Of January 10th. This news was released a little bit earlier than that. So when I look at the I kind of want to look at the 4 hour, my fault, inflow, and we're seeing a little bit differently. We're seeing a couple of different things. We're seeing that the inflow is a little bit larger. And we're also seeing that the medium buys are a little bit higher as well, and so is the percentage of small buys, but they're still losing to the small, medium, and large buys. I mean sales. At least the large and small orders are losing. The medium orders have a greater inflow that's able to combat that, but that's why we have more than one pair. Because over here for the last day, you see that there's massive large orders with the BTC to USDT pair. And I'm honestly shocked that, well, I shouldn't be shocked because FDUSD is Binance's new stablecoin after BUSD got discontinued. But I would have assumed that USDT would have been the token that more people use to trade for Bitcoin. That's basically what what this pair means. And with that being stated, the medium orders are dominating the medium sales. The large buys are dominating the large sales, and the small incremental transactions are greater in the form of sales for the last 24 hours. And then when you look at the last 4 hours, then you see a bigger difference. You see what I mean? The large buys and the medium buys are huge, hugely in Bitcoin's favor to a point to where it doesn't even matter what the small buys even did. And it's that this just is massive. It's massive to say the least, right? Now, with that being stated, let's go look at Solana and how they're doing, right? Up 12% for the day. Like I said, trading volumes up 50% to $5 billion. Great, 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 great things. You look how it's doing on the top central exchange pair, which is Solana with USDT for this one. And Solana is looking pretty good. I like what I'm seeing. For the last 15 minutes, it's just the large buys were actually greater than the small sell or the small buys and greater than the small sells. They were greater than every percentage of sales that existed in the last 15 minutes, and even the medium buys especially were greater than everything else. But this isn't about 15 minutes. This is about since the Bitcoin halving announcement. The buys still won. The buys are still winning. They're still greater, and we're seeing a lot more medium buys and small buys with a little bit of a loss in the large orders portion of the buys and sales on over on Binance in that central exchange pair. But all in all, the buys are up 70% to 30% in the buy to sell ratio over on Binance. And now coming over to Gecko Terminal, one of the best pairs, or not best pairs, one of the best tools to use when it comes to looking at data. I'm first going to look at how their trading volume is looking and the whole ecosystem, just so that you guys understand how the ecosystem is performing, because it's performing very, very good. We're seeing WIF token up 100%, almost 100%. We're seeing Bonk up 11%. We're seeing Popo up over here, Popo up 200%. We're seeing Woke up 200% as well, and we're seeing Win up 150%. You also see Punk up at 23%, and like I said, the trading volume's up 30%. It's up to $441.22 million. This is great. We want to see the ecosystem continue to grow. We want the ecosystem to continue to do great things, because when the total value locked in Solana grows, then that means the price of Solana can also grow with it. So we want this to continue on into the next for the whole month. That's my goal. That's what I desire. And I believe for once this could actually happen, because this is not just news that is coming and going to go. This news is going to be right before the launch and the announcement of Bitcoin halving period. Also, Bitcoin ETFs are going live today. So that's another thing that I'm taking into my analysis or my belief when it comes to this token. Now, when it comes to the buys when it comes to on this Solana and USDC pair, and the Orca and Orca's being the provider of them, it's great. It's $800 million. It's 180 million. It's $100 million. I don't know where the eight is coming from. It's $100 million worth of transactions. 49,000 of them were buys. 47,000 of them were sells. I personally believe the quantity and the quality is winning. Right? We already see quantity wise buys to sales. We're winning. Solana holders are winning. I also believe though that the quality of these buys are drastically higher. Like, look at over here. Look at this right here. Look at the daily transactions. You see 2,000, 6,000, 6,000, 6,000, and then you see another 5,000, and you saw 5,000 more, 2,000 more. And when you look at these sales, it's just $20, $5, $3, 21, 500. Boom, boom. $16,000 buy just happened. 4.8K buy just happened. Another sell, another small scale sell that's not matching the quality of the buys at this point in period of time. I think a lot of people are hitching their wagons to Solana. I think a lot of people are hitching their wagons to a lot of cryptocurrencies right now, because they believe and know and foresee that this token and that a lot of tokens are going to have that exponential run, and we're going to see Bitcoin break its all-time high, and not just break it, but more than likely triple that all-time high. That's my analysis on it, because of what Bitcoin halving period does for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. With all that being stated though, is these crypto legends signing out. I thank you guys all for clicking on this video. I tried to get nice, quick, and to the point for this video today. So please let me know if that was helpful. I do want to check out SoulScan for those who are still watching, because SoulScan does offer some analytics, some numbers that are just really not even just, they're good to know. They're numbers that are good to know and will add some more foresight into what is to come for Solana in the future. All right, the current epoch is 558. Sorry about that. We're seeing an increase in the volume, a good increase compared to what we were receiving the days prior. And when we look at the total value locked, like I said, that is rising. That is rising. I think it's actually higher, or yep, it is higher. So it's higher than it's been in the last couple days, in the last 7 days. Now let's look at how the total value is doing in in comparison to what it did this entire month. So in this entire month, this is the third highest we've seen the total value locked. The highest was back when Bonk was doing some crazy things, and Orca in turn was doing some crazy things, and Radium as well, for they are the providers that actually allow transactions to happen on the network. We also see an increase in validators, which has led to an increase in transactions per second. So I'm loving that. The increase in validators is needed. Hopefully, the validators are using the right proper hardware. For those who are not familiar with what validators are, they are basically people that they either stake or they dedicate their hardware to being on the chain or for working for Solana, and through that they do get Solana back. But they are just I am gonna have to make a video for the validators of Solana, because there's different systems of validators. There's the proof of work and there's the proof of stake system for validators. And you have to have a certain amount of staked tokens to become a validator. But back on the topic of total value locked, as you see, is looking green. As you see, is looking green. It may not be where it was at here and here, but when you look at where it was back to start off the 30-day period on December 13th of 2023, where the total value locked was 245 million, and now it's at 651 million. We're in the positive. All right. All right. I appreciate you guys for watching though, and hearing me talk this long. If you listen to this video and watch this video all the way to this point, please comment that and let me know in the comment section down below. I love you all. You have a blessed one, and stay safe. God bless.